Hey guys, so this is the final presentation for the art show. These are all compliments to the artists. What I did was have them go around and look at the art, the younger kids. They could compliment their own work too, but this mostly they're looking at the fourth and fifth grade work, which we're going to see in a minute. And they were picking the number that was on it, and they were giving them some compliments. So it's great. It's great for them to learn how to do that, and also for the people who are going to get all these compliments. I got to sort them all out tomorrow. So I started this the other day with a preview, and now I'm going to go around the whole thing. So we're at fourth grade right now. This is our mixed media found object assemblage project, and they're all beautiful, and I just tallied the winners, and I'm very happy with who won. But at the same time, I feel sad for the ones who didn't, because there's so many beautiful things here. But I hope that they saved them and they cherish them and they learned from it and they know how to do it again. It's their creativity mixed with some simple stuff, a little painting, a little texture, fabric, all kinds of different things like the seeds, just maybe a symbol. And the way that they put it all together and learned how to balance things and use different types of design, symmetry versus non-symmetry, abstract versus something more natural. There's a lot of great content here as far as the elements of art, which are, my song that I made for the kindergartners. The elements of art are fun, and this is what they are: color, line and form, texture, shape and tone, and spaces all around. So you can see that they are dealing with all the elements of art here, but also the principles of art, which are a little more complicated, and maybe they didn't understand them quite that well, but they just tried and they did great. This is one of my favorites. It's just reminds me like science fiction. I feel like I could just be lost in space in that. And of course, we've studied steampunk art, so he did a really good job at capturing that. And this also is our steampunk art, but he went with the cat design that we had seen a picture of someone who had done steampunk art with a cat. His is totally different than the way they did it, but he used that as a inspiration, and I love what he did. And he won third prize. I wish he would have won second, because third prize, well, actually, this is third prize. And it's good painting, and this is actually, kid's actually a good artist, but the effort level, see the difference? So, anyways, I'm happy for him, and people saw this one got a lot of votes too. That's really good painting, but again, these kids had weeks and weeks to use found objects and do different things, and if all they got done was painting, they really didn't work that hard. But it's okay, because maybe that's what they actually like to do is paint, and maybe they can perfect that skill, and they'll remember, and maybe someday they'll add other things to that, or maybe they'll just be painters. Or maybe they just won't do much with art at all, but it doesn't matter, because they definitely learned, they had fun, they were creative, they got to express themselves, and I'm very happy, and very proud of all these kids. So I'm going slow to show every single one, which will take some time, but so it'll be a little bit longer of a video, but I want to make sure they all get recognized here. That's Pac-Man. I think that's so cute how she did that. She's one of my favorite students. She's a little challenging at times, but she's got a great heart. And Batman, I love Batman. This one I don't think ever got finished. She started it, and I love the idea, but I don't know if she left the school, but it didn't get finished, but it's really cool. This was a mixture of, we did the theme of New York City, and some people constructed it. Well, I'll show you another where they made the bridge and things like that. He just used the newspaper, copy paper, and left it like that. But I love the way he did the sky and just those squares in the sky. I don't know exactly what they mean, but they're cool. So, and this guy was starting to come up with something really cool too. I really liked what he was doing. He took that clothespin and turn it into an airplane. It had like a balloon kind of thing in the sky, and are you kidding me? And the feathers, yeah, he was getting there, but I don't know if he missed a lot of classes or he came late, but he didn't get to finish it. But these are our koi fish pond. Second and third grade did these. Now they were supposed to be koi fish, but some of them chose to make their own kind of fish and decorate in different ways, and that's okay. I wanted them to be creative, and they got the idea. And but there's some really great fish here, and that one looks like a koi fish. They look like crabs. They look like Pac-Man actually too. This is one of my favorites. She's a really good student, and that is like totally abstract, but it's cool. Like she came up to me many times and showed it to me, and was proud of herself. And I'm proud of her for being creative and really caring. She put a lot of effort into it. So, as you can see, all different levels of. Some of them didn't have fish on them yet. And it was so hard to keep up with what classes did what at the end. So I'll send them home and hopefully they can finish whatever they need to finish. Give them some clay to go. So there's many of these. This is one of my favorites too. It's like an alligator, but I love the way he did the flowers and the lily pads and everything. This is really pretty. I love the fish are all flat. They're not realistic, but you know. I didn't do a lot of realistic stuff this year. I did a lot of abstract stuff, so that's fine with me. Okay, so we started at fourth grade, but this is like, okay, that was fifth. No, actually, we started at the end of fourth grade, and then we went to fifth. But the display really starts here, and this actually tells you what we were studying. And they did this PowerPoint. We did this PowerPoint before we dove into this project, so these are some ideas. We saw a video on Louis Nevelson, who's a great uh, example for if you want to learn about found object art. I love her art and I love uh, her story. So, anyway, that's where we started. And then we had a poster contest for the fifth graders only. Just trying to fill some time at the end of the year. So I thought it'd be fun to do a poster contest. And this class definitely won because they put a lot of effort into this. I have another class who started out really good, but they never got a second chance to do it because their teacher didn't bring them. But I think theirs would have been good. But since they didn't finish it, these guys are the winners. Okay, back here to more of these beautiful, wonderful, amazing projects. Let everybody have their moment of fame. That's one of my favorites too. He worked so hard on that. I wish he would have got more votes. But I'm going to give him something special because I remember which ones were really putting a lot of effort. A lot of kids like that one, and he did a good job. And he did work every single time, even though he focused mostly on paint. He put other things in. He just wanted it simple, and he did a good job with that. Here. This one's unfinished too. I'd love to see how she finishes that. Hopefully, she'll take it home and she's very slow and methodical, and that's fine. She doesn't want to jump into it, so she takes it home and continues it. I think it'll be awesome. This one's cool. You can see how it's kind of three-dimensional there. A block sticking up from a little flower. Did a really nice job on that detail there. That one's fun. I don't know, reminds me of like a gnome house or something. I like that. And there's more to come. This one's unfinished, obviously, but it was coming along nicely. This one we got, look at that. They used all of our themes: nature, steampunk, and music. Didn't finish it, but it's coming along too. This one I like the scrapbook paper he chose. It reminds me of leather. Another music one. Another New York City, which is totally different than the other one we saw because it's hard to get at that. But he actually took the shapes and cut them out and then painted each one and made it. And his bridge he painted, so used the stars in the background for the sky, which was my idea, but a lot of them did that. But hey, they liked it, they saw it, and they did it. Here's another one with the airplane. I like that. And the stars and the gold buildings. Love the way he did those gold buildings. This one's simple and could use more detail or maybe not, but I like the way they did the coloring on that. Again, not finished, but a good start. This girl tried really hard and she didn't get it quite done, but I think she would take it home and complete it too. And that one's kind of cool. I'm not sure what the green tin on the top is, but I like the way he did the bridge. But it's definitely oh, that's the guitar up here. It's definitely unique. Um, this one she only got to the guitar, but nice job on the guitar. Okay, we got that one. That's fun, mostly scrapbooking kind of stuff. Another New York City. Again, we're just using the paper cutout. She tried really hard on this too, and she was taking her time, so I think she'll finish it and make it cool. It's fun. I love this one too, and I don't think he got any votes. 30, he might have got one, but I thought that was still great, and he did work really hard on that too. That one's cool, all the detail on that. That's cool, like kind of crazy water spinning with the butterfly and red. I don't know if they meant that on purpose, like kind of could be symbolic of something. This one's got a lot of detail in it. So everyone's different. Some people like a lot of detail and some people like it simple. And that's the whole idea of this project is be yourself. In fact, did we see Anthony's? I don't know if we missed his, but his says be you. I remember doing his. Maybe I missed the table. Okay. Randy got a few votes because of his name. What number is he? 38. Huh. I remember seeing maybe he got 4 votes. So I don't even think he did. I feel like I'm missing numbers. I better recheck my stuff. I thought I got more votes than that. But anyway, he made it evident who he was, and I guess he's a popular kid because he got a few votes because of his name. But he did a good job with the splash art and the painting on that. Although I told him not to do splash art, and he continually disobeyed, but he did a good job with it. So that's all that counts in the end. He'll grow up and learn how to be more obedient or not, but that's not my problem. Anyway, going on to another unfinished one, but I like the way they got it started. This one's kind of cool. It's pretty finished, but it's unique for sure. And there's the ones that I was talking about before with different ways to do the New York City. I also have this poster back here, which is another class that they were on a good track here, past future with the steampunk and then the city theme down here. They were on a good track. They just didn't get to finish it. So it would definitely be my second place choice, even though they only had one time to prepare theirs. And I had another one that had 2 times and didn't get that far. So yeah, I would just give both classes a big bag of candy or something. Aiden, well, he just wanted to do his own thing, so he did a double board there. But it took him a long time to get going on it, so he was working on it towards the end, so he could have done a lot more with it. But I'm going out the door now because the whole hallway is filled with more 2-dimensional art. This is first grade, and the idea of this was positive and negative space. So we started with a grid with just lines, and then we put the stencil of the elephant, and then they were supposed to go over all the background and fill it in like this, where the elephant really stands out. Of course, I don't even see the lines in his elephant, but the background he did right. But yeah, a lot of them didn't really follow the directions that good, so it kind of blended together. But I think we'll run into an example of one that was the proper way to do it. And I don't mind the creativity. I mean, I'm glad for the creativity as long as it doesn't all blend together. Like this one, Javier. And Javier is a very good art student, so he did his the way the instructions were, put it that way. This one's pretty good, but they could have used a little more blending in that background. But the elephant stands out because it's all white. And that one's pretty good too with a so it didn't have to all be one color background. It just had to be like solid. I kept trying to explain to them what solid means, which is a little bit confusing for them. But see, now this one is the rainbow wasn't part of the plan, but because he did that, it at least made the background separated a little bit. So, but there's a good one, that good as far as the proper instructions. And that one's a little more abstract, but now these are Sandra Silverswag portraits that we did at the beginning of the year for third to fifth grade. And a lot of the kids took them home, but there were still some hanging in my room, so I put those out. I loved this project, and they did too. They did really good at this project. They did not complain about it, and sometimes they feel a little insecure, but I think they all felt pretty good about doing it. It's not that it's pretty simple the way she does things. With that nose, that's a signature nose with Sandy Silverswag, and it's just an L shape basically. So you could start teaching them how to draw it like so simple by just making lines and turning it into a um, what do you call it? Block letter L. So we get a few more of those here.
Miss Marjorie, this one needs a bag too. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Nice. And we have, this is a long video. More of these. So good though. I'm gonna keep this forever. I need this for my own like